Find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Well, good morning and good afternoon to a lot of you folks. Thank you for joining us today in starting our monthly webinars again. What's been so exciting these last several months is going out and doing a lot of these networking events. I know me and my team, we try to do 2 or 3 a week, or even getting some board members out to our networking events. But along these networking events, I've ran into our presenter numerous times. And I think we started this conversation, I remember, Jukka, even before the pandemic that we had talked. But I've been running into Jukka more frequently now. Even ran into my brother a couple of months ago, was having a business client appreciation night and ran into Jukka there. So how big Albuquerque is and how small it can be at sometimes is just great. But it's been awesome. Part of my job is going out and visiting our accredited businesses. And Jukka, he's been accredited with us for almost 5 years now. And he is the president and the owner of WSI, We Simply Internet. And search engine optimization is much more than getting your website rankings up. And WSI gives you a quick walkthrough on how to rank in Google Ads. And WSI is the world's largest internet marketing business with offices Jukka has in 80 countries worldwide. Its founder, Jukka Jumisko, has significant experience in business and information technology. He has some impressive roles in his resume, including president of an $80 million company in New York and running ExxonMobil information technology in Finland. Thank you so much, Jukka, for joining us today and sharing information on how these folks in this post-pandemic and everything else age, how they can enhance their search engine optimization. Thank you, Jukka.
Okay, let me share my screen. Okay. Can you see my screen now?
We can.
Okay, let me see if I can get rid of that icon and put this on. Okay, so today's topic, how to do SEO yourself. Thank you for this opportunity, Brian. It's great. I like to share my knowledge and information and help businesses around me. This is probably closer to 100 of this kind of a webinars that I'm giving about this topic or similar internet marketing topics. So today's agenda. Obviously learn to do SEO, but I also obviously introduce myself on top of what Brian already said. Tell a little bit more about WSI, which means we simplify internet. So this is a over 25-year-old, basically it's a franchise, and I have the New Mexico, actually I started in New Mexico 10 years ago. WSI has been around for 25 years, and it's the home office is in Toronto. And we are an agency that brings the best global internet marketing practices here to Southwest and anywhere in the USA. As Brian mentioned, I'm from Finland, but I lived in New York for 9 years and now in Albuquerque. In Finland, I was in an ExxonMobil's management team, and in New York, I was in this Polar electronics company. I was first CFO and then president of the company, and then I've been in New Mexico since 2007 and running this WSI for 10 years. Love New Mexico. See this picture on the right? I took it in the Bosque del Apache. It's a place where migrating birds come here for winter. And I feel like I'm here, a migrating bird from Finland, coming to the warmer place for probably the rest of my life. And as I said, we bring the best global internet marketing practices to Southwest, and now I feel privileged to be able to share some of that information with you. So let's go to the main topic. Let's analyze Google search results page before we start thinking on how we get your business in there. When you look at the search results page, there's always the paid advertisements show up first, and you can see that they are ad by Google showing here ad. Fitness equipment Albuquerque is my search term for this example. The first one on the ads that shows up is the fitness superstore. And obviously I use an example where my customer shows up well. Just notice how he dominates the ad space by not only having the first one-liner here, but the whole ad space is dominated by him. So that's the first that shows up in the search result. Second that we always see is, not always, but most of the time see, is Google business listings, Google business profiles. They show on the map and then they show on the left side. And again, my customer shows number one on this list. We will talk on detail a little bit later on each of these different areas, how you get your website and your business shown up here. The third one on the search results page is what we call organic search results. And that's where your website then shows up. And if you do your work well, first, you have your relevant page here, but in this case, we have the Fitness Superstore's homepage and the actual page that represents fitness equipment. And additionally, we have images here that we have put in. Notice that the companies below only have one-time presence and they don't have images. So if you do your search engine optimization well, you need to pay attention to all of these three areas: the paid advertisements, business listing, and the actual website optimization. And we will go in details on all of these. At the end of each of these three chapters, we can take questions from people and answer them right when they are in their mind, fresh in their mind. So let's look the Google Ads first. And in this presentation, I will jump out of this PowerPoint and show you actually how we can do things in some of these cases. So ads show first in the Google search results. It's the fastest way to get yourself found in Google is to start doing paid advertisement. And the good thing about these ads are that they, first of all, they only show to people who are actually searching for your services. And the second good thing is that if they see the ad, but if they don't click, that doesn't cost you anything. You only pay Google when somebody clicks your ad. And you can set a daily budget, and when the budget is gone, people have clicked enough, you don't have budget left for the day, your ad disappears. So there's no surprises on how much money it's going to be gone. So this paid advertisement, Google has changed the name multiple times. It's now, today it's called Google Paid Ads or Google Ads. It used to be called pay-per-click as well, and we use that word still. And there's a couple of links that you can use to find. First of all, if you want to start using Google Ads, this is the link, the google.com/ads is the place where you get started. You need to have a Gmail account first, and then you log into this google.com ads with your Gmail account and just follow Google page by page, fill in the information that Google asks you to do. In the first run, it's going to ask you your credit card information, so be aware of that. You will build your first ad, and you will need to have a landing page where the ad leads people, or you can use your Google business profile as a landing page. But you don't need to activate the ad immediately. You can just create your profile first, but you need to be aware that Google asks your credit card information to do that. And why would you want to do is that I'll show you on the next page how you can do keyword research. Here, how much does it cost to do paid advertising? When you get yourself registered in Google Ads, you get access to Google's keyword planner. And in this tool, you can see like fitness equipment here in Albuquerque is searched on average 90 times a month. And here you can see the range, how much it costs per click, from $2 to about $6. Fitness equipment is searched 70 times a month, and the click costs from $123 to $429 a month. The price varies depending on how many advertisers there are at that certain time and what time of the day your ads are running. And Google has a complicated algorithm that they use to determine the price. Notice here that fitness equipment is not the biggest at all of the search term. There's an exercise bike that these numbers are from New Mexico. In New Mexico, exercise bike is searched 880 times a month, and the clicks price is shown here. So I'm going to jump to that keyword planner tool to show you. I need to get here. This is how the tool looks when you go to Google. You can write your keywords on this field. Exercise bike. And then just press enter. And now Google, the neat thing about this is that Google uses your keywords to show how many times they are searched and what the price will be. But Google comes up with the relevant other keywords that you might consider. This is the best way for you to do your own keyword research. Whatever industry you are, let's say we completely forget this exercise and assume that you are roofing company. And let's see how many times roofing company is searched in Albuquerque. 390 times, and their clicks are from about $6 to $16. And then Google shows other relevant keywords like roofer. So now if you are a roofing company, you may not want to optimize your homepage for roofing company, but for roofer, because it has a lot more searches a month. So this is called Keyword Planner, and it's in Google Ads. So why I want you to create a free Google Ads account, even if you don't plan to do paid advertising, but you want to optimize your website for keywords, you get access to this tool by creating an account in Google Ads. So, do we have any questions in the chat for Google Ads?
No, any questions, you can place them in the chat box.
Okay. If not, then we go to the next topic, Google Business Profile. And you have a chance to ask questions at the end as well. Google Business Profile is more important than your website. I want you to pay attention. Google Business Profile is more important than your website. If you get your Google Business Profile listing up and showing on this map and on this left panel, quite often people don't even go to check your website, because most of the information that people who are searching you or your services is available on this business profile. Again, my customer ranks #1 on this area. And let's take a look on more details about this. What do we need to do here on the business profile? First thing is take ownership of your profile. Google lists you even if you haven't done anything yourself. Google knows pretty much every business that has been in business for a while, and starts showing them on the map and the profile as well. And your responsibility as a business owner is to take ownership of your own listing. And it's a process where, let me jump again out of this and just go and create a new search here. Let's search WSI Albuquerque. So when you search individual businesses, you get your listing showing up here, and then there's all kinds of other pages about WSI. But if you haven't taken ownership of the business profile, instead of saying, text here says edit your business information, it's ask own this business ? And that's where you need to click. And then Google wants to verify that you own the business. You have a couple of options. If your phone number here is accurate, you can tell Google to verify by phone. And then you get an automated phone call from Google giving you a code, a few numbers, and you need to enter them on this page that opens when you have clicked the own this business. And now you have verified your ownerships, and you can start making changes to the profile. The second way to verify your business, if the phone number is not correct, but the address is correct, Google will send you a postcard to the address on the listing, and that postcard has the same code and instructions how you can put the code on and verify your business listing. If both of them are wrong, phone number and address, you can't verify your ownership, and you need to create a new, completely new profile. And then you need to tell Google here, there's a chance, if I wasn't logged in with my own user ID here, this would say that propose an edit. And you can tell that this profile is permanently closed. Okay, so what do we need to do here on this business profile? First, after taking ownership and verifying it, the most important thing is to select the categories and fill up a description for yourself, and fill the profile, every field, opening hours, anything that they have, make sure that you fill them all. And I'm going to show you, there's a couple of ways to get to this Google profile. Depending on how recently you have updated your profile, you either have this kind of a user interface, or you need to go on the right top where we have these 9 dots and click this business profile icon. And so those are the 2 ways of you to get and edit your profile. So I'm going to go and edit, as an example, go to my own profile. So obviously you have your name, and this is the list of the categories. this category list is predetermined. Google has list of categories that you can choose up to 10 relevant ones. But the description is something that you can write yourself. There's about 750 characters that fits there. Maybe there's more. Let's see. Yeah, 750 characters. And now you want to put your services here so that if somebody is looking for Google ads, this profile will show up. If somebody is looking for Facebook ads, my profile has a chance to be shown up and so on. So we have website design, mobile app development, search engine optimization, Google advertising, and so on. Google, by the way, edits this. I had a lot more information here, and Google just decided last week that they will streamline, and they only left this here. And now that's why I need to come here regularly to check that is it still relevant. Google changes this based on maybe some customers come and suggest an edit, or Google themselves based on my website content and all the blog posting that I do on my website and everything else that I do online. Google knows that it's me and then goes on and edits this content. So there's opening date, obviously contact information. Map, you need to tell exactly what your address is. You can put your service areas. See, I have all 20 largest New Mexico towns listed here. Business hours, holiday hours. We should actually now add our Thanksgiving hours here. That's what I haven't done yet. And you can add all kinds of different hours. If you are in a restaurant business, you can have takeout hours, senior hours, and so on. And there's more fields that we can go and add here. So there's even more. You can let people book online. Just go into the business profile and book online. You obviously, they can call you, they can ask questions and answers. Remember also add all the photos. Make sure that you add the photos that you like, and it's not only photos that the customers have added, because I can go and add photos to anybody's website. So make sure that you update your business profile completely and pay attention to it. At least once a month, go and check it that everything is still relevant. So that's about Google Business Review profile, except reviews. Reviews are really important. I know that you all check reviews when you go and before you decide to work with the business or before you decide to buy a product. And as a business owner, or if you are responsible for digital marketing for a business, you need to take responsibility on asking reviews. And this is one way of asking reviews. Take your phone right now and scan that QR code. You need to learn to be bold and to ask these questions. The best way to learn how to ask reviews is to give a review. So please scan that code. It opens my Google review page and you can give me a review either right now or when we have finished this presentation. So I think that when you came to this presentation, you probably thought that we are talking only about how do I get my website rankings up. But these two things show higher, the Google paid ads and the Google business profile show first on the search engine results page. So that's why you need to pay attention to both of these before we go to the website that's coming next. There are no any cost for using Google profile.
There is a question, but I just love the similarities, because how important the importance of building your Google business profile. It kind of sounds in line with us building businesses profiles with the BBB profiles, and the how we are active and not reactive on our BBB customer reviews as well. But I did have a question come up in the chat room on that last session. Are there any costs upfront or hidden to using Google profiles?
No, there's no cost. Google is smart. If they let people go to website, they can't sell ads on the website, or they can't show any ads or anything like that. But when they collect the information that is on your website and put it in the Google profile and show that first, and people go to the profile instead of your website, Google can show ads and kind of dictate what happens on that space. So that's why they do that. Okay, now we are going to actually organic search results. So now the example is SEO company Albuquerque. Obviously, every search engine optimization company would like to dominate this keyword. And assuming that all SEO companies in Albuquerque know how to do it, it's a tough competition. This is from this morning. There's one huge national website ranks first when you search this. They have an SEO page for every big city in USA. It's a massive website, very difficult to outrank. My website is the first best ranking local site in Albuquerque when you search SEO companies in Albuquerque. So again, depending on your industry, you have something here that competes with your website. It's Angie's List, Yelp, Clutch, Expertise, Upcity, something. So, and they are likely to show higher than you show. So let's again have a conversation about what to do with them. I'm gonna search web design company Albuquerque. So there's ads. This is my, because I'm logged in with my user, I get some private information here. Then we have business listings. And again, some private information for me. Now there's Clutch, Upcity, Yelp, Expertise. All these are huge national sites, and nobody locally outranks them. So let's look at this Upcity as an example. What can you do? Because we are now, the whole purpose here is to get your website and information about you in front of people. So Upcity, start scrolling about Upcity, and I rank #1 there. So how do you do that? In this case, it's simple. I have reviews here, and I pay them $300 a month. So consider that as an option, that those Yelps and Angie's Lists and whatever shows when you search for your services, for example, if it's a roofer in Albuquerque, whatever big sites show up, you need to get yourself listed there. Let's see if there's a chat question. How can we embed a cross-link our PPP profile in Google My Business? I don't know if you want to do that. Why would you want to do the PPP profile in your Google My Business listing? Because if in a Google business listing, if you want to give more information about yourself, there's a website link for your own website. You can mention in the free text field that we discussed, where you put your services, you can tell that you are Better Business Bureau member if you want to. Okay, so that was the discussion about this national big website that usually rank higher than, or often rank higher than your own website. But like in my case here, I ranked second after Clutch. So Expertise and UpCity and all those others are below my ranking. So it's not impossible to rank above those, but it's challenging. And we are working on trying to get our SEO ranking to be #1, but those big national sites give us some challenge. Okay, now we start talking about your own website rankings. First thing that I want to tell you is that when you search your rankings, always use what is called private window or incognito window. If you don't do that, Google uses your past search history, and the ranking results are different for you than they are for anybody else. They are customized. So use the private window when you check how you rank yourself. So basic principles on how you make your website ranking. You need to write a separate page for every product that you have, product and service that you have. Many websites list products and services. There's one page that says our services, and that page includes all those services. You will learn in the following pages why you need to do one page for each. One page can only be optimized well for one product or one service. So you will end up having multiple pages. And I showed you how to use that Google Keyword Planner earlier. So that's where you go to find what keywords you should use on your website. Don't try to guess, because you don't know. Like we saw that roofing company was searched like 80 times a month, and roofer was searched hundreds of times a month. There's no way of knowing without using this tool. There are other tools as well. One is called SEMrush that we use. Ahref is another one. So there's a paid tools, but this Google Ads Keyword Planner is free. So I recommend you to use that. So you use the Keyword Planner, you pick up your keywords, and then you create a page for each of the keywords. That's the basic principle. And now we come to technical part of what you need to optimize on a page. I'm going to jump out of this presentation and give you an example of one of my pages. Okay, here is one of my pages. It's ADA compliant website. ADA compliance has become an issue. Maybe this is something that Better Business Bureau should inform your members as well. Brian, we need to talk about this. In California, there's 1,500 law cases going on where law firms sue, or they threaten to sue companies because they have this handicapped person who wasn't able to navigate your website. And they don't want to go to the court, they want to settle. And the price that they typically ask is $15,000 to $25,000 to settle the case. And when you settle with one law firm, there's no reason why a second law firm can sue you tomorrow. So this has become some kind of a practice for these law firms in the last couple of years. I have 2 of my customers here in Albuquerque have got those letters. So we should actually have a separate webinar showing how to fix this so that Better Business Bureau members will not get those letters.
Yeah, and thank you, Jukka. We did have a webinar on ADA compliance about a year ago.
Yeah, we could do another one now.
Yeah, no, you're right. Anything with cybersecurity and ADA compliance, but that is a good topic. Yes.
Yeah. So notice this URL here. You see this? ADA compliant website. My header one says ADA compliant website. My first sentence says ADA compliant website. And then if you scroll down, somewhere here, that's the last sentence. As an ADA compliant, New Mexico, we as your local web design company here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, know how to build ADA compliant website. So you need to have your keyword on your page in the visible area, in the URL, header, first sentence, last sentence, and naturally in between. It's not complicated. You can also name your images and videos using the keyword, and each image also has something called alt text. It's a text that is not visible here, but handicapped people use screen readers when they navigate the website, and the screen reader reads aloud the alt text for them. And it's a good place to put the keyword phrase in, but it also needs to be good explanation what is in that picture, so that the handicapped person understands and knows what is in the picture, because they can't clearly see it. So those are the visible places where you want to put the keyword phrase. Let's see what I have here. In this slide, I mentioned a couple of other things that maybe you don't know what the SEO title and description are. Let me tell you what they are. Let's go back to our search results. Okay, here is an example. I'm looking for social bookmarking sites. There's the search results. 130 social sharing sites. This blue text is SEO title, and the black text is SEO description. Neither one of them are visible on the web page itself. That's why they are called meta tags. And when you make a website, let me see if I have something open here. Here. This is a WordPress backend, and I have added a plugin in WordPress that's called Yoast plugin. And that Yoast plugin makes these fields available for me. Basic WordPress doesn't have SEO title and description available. By adding that Yoast plugin, now I can edit the SEO title. This shows in the search results the blue text. And the best practice is to have this keyword phrase in the beginning of the SEO title. Then you have location, and then you have your company name following the keyword. And the description, the black lines on the search results. Let's go back here. These black lines here, those you edit here, meta description. It's sometimes called SEO description, sometimes meta description, and this is sometimes called SEO title and sometimes called meta title. But this is how you edit those two fields. And the best practices, as I said, is in an SEO title, you start the title with your keyword phrase and follow it with your company name. In meta description, it doesn't matter where the keyword is here, but you want to have it somewhere, because Google bolds. See, I'm looking for social bookmarking. And if the description has that word, Google bolds it, that increases the click-through rate. So I'm sure there's no way for you to remember all this, but because this presentation is recorded, it's easy for you to come back and find the spot and find this later on when you are working on your website. So this is about the content. I mentioned you earlier, you have header one, only one header one on top of the page, and you start that header one with the keyword. The website language, the HTML language, has 6 different levels of headers. And the recommendation is that you use the highest level header only once on the top of the page with the keyword. And then you split your content to small paragraphs using header 2s and header 3s. So as you see, it's not rocket science to do SEO. Just follow these instructions and principles, and you get far. There's something, this is even more technical, and I don't expect you to do this in the first phase. But there is a language, we can add additional information on the pages using something called Schema Markups for search engine to know what we are talking about. For example, Titanic. If you talk about Titanic, it can be the ship that sank early 1900. It can be a movie. It can be a music. It can be a novel. With this Schema Markups, we can tell inside the page to Google what this is about. And Google likes it, and other search engines as well. And so I just want you to make a mental note that there's something called Schema Markups that can help your rankings. And then you need to do more research and learn how to do this. This schema and structured data for WordPress and AMP. This is another plugin that we use on WordPress to get these schema markups done. I don't spend more time on this other than just make a note. When your website, when you have optimized your website, you have optimized your Google business listing, the website starts ranking somewhere. Google index it for those keywords that you selected, and it starts ranking. But if it doesn't rank well, the next thing to improve rankings is to start creating backlinks. Backlink is a link from other website to your website. And the easy way to start doing those links is, as we said, Google profile has a link to your website. Yahoo has a similar profile. Apple has a profile, Bing has a profile. You need to fill these all, and then you already have 4 very powerful backlinks to your website. But then there's a lot of other business listing directories that you want to have your business listed. I'm going to jump out of this presentation again and show you examples. This is kind of small text, but I hope you can see. Let me see if I can make it bigger. There we go. So Google Business Profile, Apple, Bing, social media, Facebook, Amazon, Alexa, Nextdoor, Yelp, Snapchat, Yahoo, and a lot of others. I'm going to scroll this through that when you watch this video recording, you can see there's Better Business Bureau. You want to have your Better Business Bureau listing updated and accurate and linked to your website. That creates a powerful backlink to your website and helps your rankings. More directories. Just scrolling through so that you can check them afterwards. You can yourself write blog posts and make sure that the blog posts have great content and link to your website. And you place those, there's a couple of example sites where you can start creating blog posts yourself with links to your website, and they will help your rankings. All social media postings, when you do them, make sure that you have a link to your website. And then there's something called social bookmarking. Again, we don't have much time to go through exactly what social bookmarking is, but I have this page here ready. So search for social bookmarking sites, and then understand what that is. But it's basically you make small posts on many different places. There's some listed: Tumblr, Dig, StumbleUpon, Facebook, Twitter. If you make a post on your website, you create a new blog post on your website, you need to advertise it by putting a small post on these different social bookmarking sites with a link to that blog post. And the blog post then has links to your website, web pages. So another way of creating backlinks that we do for our clients. Then there's a couple of paid ways to create backlink that cost you money. One is guest blocking. So there are people who have access. If you look for my name in Google search results, there's an article by Huffington Post. There are reporters who have access and they can write articles to Huffington Post. Huffington Post has accepted them as authorized writers. They charge you money by making a post. I didn't pay for that. It was my friend who wrote that. But that's one way of creating powerful backlinks to your website. And then there are certified reviews by third party, not Google or Yahoo. One of them example is Customer Lobby. Again, you pay and you get the reviews on your site, and each review is a backlink that helps your rankings. Customer Lobby is a monthly service. You can give them phone numbers, they call to the customers to get reviews, or they email to the customers to get reviews for you. It's just an example of doing things. Do we have any questions?
Do you see one up there, Jukka, in the chat box?
Okay, let me click that. How long it does it take to get ranked on Google after updating keywords? So Google index websites. If you have a news website, Google reviews your website every few minutes to see if there's new news. If you didn't update your website for 2 years, Google may take a month to come to check your website again. Google learns your habits, and if you don't update, they don't see it important to come to check your website. So it depends. Typically, our clients Google index them like maybe in 2 weeks. Sometimes it takes longer. That's a good question, Aaron. I had a dentist who ranked on the first page, and Google changed the algorithm and he dropped to the 8th page. Because Google decided that for that kind of an industry, they want to verify if this guy has authority to write about dental issues. So what we did, we added links to his alma mater and all kinds of classes and courses that he has taken, and we got him back to the first page. But those changes can dramatically change the rankings. On this page, you have 2 QR codes. There's a review. If you want to give me a review, scan the left one. I hope if you found this useful for you, please do that. If you are interested, we organize periodically, we organize training classes, hands-on training classes online, where we go through these things in more detail. and you can learn how to do this yourself. So scan this right one and fill the input form. Let me open that form and show you. This needs to be moved. Here, you get to this page, fill your information here, and in this drop down, select training class, and please write something about BBB on this last field, so that I know that you come from this class and you get a special price. I will let you know the pricing and timing of the training later, but I want you to, if you are interested in getting more information about those hands-on training class, please scan the right QR code and let us know. Having social media accounts does help your website rankings, because those social media accounts all have a link to your website, and all social media sites are huge, important websites themselves. Anybody else? You guys have any questions? Don't be shy.
Any more questions for Jukka?
Yeah, Sean, social media links, they are considered backlinks, and when you post something, put a link on those posts as well, not just the profile, but on the posts. If the post is about, like in my case, if I write a post about SEO, I put the link to my SEO page. If I write a post about ADA compliance, then I put the link to my ADA page, not just the homepage.
We have a question there from Candice.
Candice, going back to the Google Ads keyword search and the pricing column, is that price per day? No, it's an average price. The Google gives a range, and the range depends. One day, like Sundays, maybe the ads are cheaper because you can select as an advertiser, do I want to show my ads on Sundays? And I don't show my ads on Sundays at all. I only show them on business opening hours, so that I'm there to answer if somebody wants to call. Thank you, Todd, for good feedback.
Yeah. Thank you, Aaron.
Yeah. Please scan the right one if you have any interest in potentially being in a hands-on training class. We will get back to you and tell when we have classes and what the price might be. Are the hashtags on social media considered backlinks too? They are not direct backlinks. I don't think that they help your rankings, but they will help people to find you in social media platforms. Like we have hashtag WSIAPQ that we use all the time when we do social media postings ourselves. So anybody who wants to find anything that we have posted using that hashtag, they can find us. Couple more minutes before we run out of time if you have more questions.
Waiting.
Yeah. I hope you guys found this useful. Within 45 minutes or less than an hour, we can only cover so much.
No, I think you did great, Jukka. I really appreciate it. I know it's been a couple of months since we had done a webinar, but all of our, it's quite the subjects that we've been picking, that our marketing and community outreach committee has been picking. You know, it's to address small business owners' needs in this dire time when automation is just completely taken off, and it's like a train of automation. And if you're not on it, you're missing a whole lot. But there's a lot of ideas and things to share to keep things at a lower cost. People are always trying to cut expenses where they are. But that was great. ADA compliance, cybersecurity, marketing, these are all the type of subjects that we're trying to do to help our small businesses. And I'm just excited that we get so many of our other BBB team out of our service area so interested in our webinars. It makes it so exciting. So thank you once again, Jukka. It was a great presentation. and well attended. Thank you all.
Thank you.
And hope our plan is to get back on the third Thursday of every month and getting these back on a monthly agenda. So thank you all for participating today.
Brian, there's one more question there for you.
Thank you. Oh. Back to Google Ads. Is that variable price what a business pays per click until they reach their daily budget?
Yes, that's exactly. So every click may cost a different amount of money, and you add those until your daily budget is consumed. Okay, please give me a review and tell us if you are interested in hands-on training on this topic.
All right. Well, thank you, Jukka. Thank you, everyone, and have a great rest of your Thursday, wherever
Thank
you're
you
at.
very much. Bye.
Every business says they're better. But the ones that earn and display the BBB seal back it up. It instantly identifies businesses that are committed to operating with integrity, honoring promises, and telling the truth. Makes you wonder why every business doesn't have it. So look for it, because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.